Hello and welcome. This is David Widmar with Agricultural Economic Insights. Today I want to chat with you about the Ag Forecast Network question of the week. And this week I want to chat with you about a question that kind of captures the roller coaster of 2020, the ups and the downs, and now the upswing here in commodity prices. So the question that I want to talk to you about actually closed this week. And what we saw here is the question we launched back in April. Actually, we opened the question on April the 16th. For background, this was about a month in the quarantine, and the prices really had adjusted lower pretty quickly. So you can see here what we saw back in April was about April 15th, the contract got down to about 340 a bushel. We passed through the 350. And, just in February, the contract had been trading around 390. We spent some time right above $4 at the beginning of the year, back in January. So the forecast network question we posed was this idea, what's the possibility of us getting back to that $4? So the specific question was, what's the probability of the December 2020 corn futures price exceeding $4 per bushel before December 1st? And man, what a roller coaster of emotion. So I logged my first forecast here at 46%. The consensus or the average of all the other users was not as optimistic. It came in around 30%. And as we went through the summer, and I was kicking myself, I should have probably been adjusting this lower a lot quicker. One of the lessons I've learned here in 2020 is when the market starts to move, I change my expectations, um, but I don't move them enough. It's sort of like shuffling my feet when I need to be jumping or sprinting. And so I usually don't move fast enough. And so that's a lesson that I've learned that I've been thinking about. So in May and June, I probably should have adjusted it lower. I made a big adjustment lower in July, stepped it lower again in August. And of course, the outlook was pretty dim there when we got into August, and the commodity price was trading around 320 a bushel. And Brent and I were having a lot of conversations about, will this thing go below $3 a bushel? Then we started to see things turn around pretty quickly. The consensus turned higher. So my forecast got to a low of 15%. And then lo and behold, this week, actually the December 20 corn futures contract got above $4 a bushel. It rallied more than 80 cents from the low, and the consensus turned higher. Another thing we've learned here is the consensus typically doesn't respond fast enough when we have these quick changing environments. And so people go in, they update their forecasts, and encourage users to update them pretty quickly. But if you waited a week or so, or maybe more than a week, maybe waited 2 weeks or 13 or 14 days, it's not updating fast enough, and so we see a bit of a lag there in the update of the consensus. And so, again, a positive story here for those who are marketing grain here this fall. We got above $4 a bushel, which is where we were at the beginning of the year. If you remember, we were asking about the probability of maybe getting over 425 last winter as we were doing meetings and helping producers think about their marketing plans. We asked about that happening by August 1st. We didn't get there on that one. But it's interesting to see how the market has come back. And something that was 2 months ago, about a 20% probability, at least in my forecast, and 80 cents away. Man, I was probably maybe too high then, right? It seemed really unlikely that we have such a strong price movement. And that's why it's important to follow closely. It's why it's important to calibrate your thinking with a tool like the Ag Forecast Network. So if you're already a user, I encourage you to log on, get your forecast updated. We have a lot of questions starting to get resolved. We have one about the WASDE yield estimate for the November WASDE. We've been forecasting that one for about 6 or 7 months. We have 2 questions about the election. Get in there and get your forecast for that. And we're going to start posting some new questions about the 2021 marketing year. So get your expectations updated. Start thinking about those expectations for next year. And if you're new to the Ag Forecast Network, take advantage of our 14-day trial and hope to see your forecast and see your comments soon. In the meantime, stay curious. Thanks.